Halloween, Halloween, oh what funny things are seen. Witches' hats, coal-black cats, broomstick riders, mice and rats. Yay! Hello everyone, you're in the right place. This is Book Talks with Miss Thomas, but I wanted to start off by sharing with you just a funny little song from my childhood that I loved as a little girl, and I still remember it. So I remember my dad teaching me that song. So I wanted to start there and say Happy Halloween! If you know me at all, you know I'm not into the horror genre. I'm not really into like the really scary blood and guts kind of I feel like my glasses are too tinted right now because I'm outside. I'm not really into the blood and guts horror genre scary books, but I do like Halloween. I love the candy and the costumes, and it's okay to get a little bit scared as long as it's not like too dark or demonic or you know, glorifying evil or you know, blood and guts. I don't like that. So I guess I'm kind of a lightweight when it comes to Halloween. But I do have some sort of scary books to share with you that I'm excited to talk about. First, great big shout out to Lindsey Reads because I love her channel, and the first two books that I read this month came from her channel, and actually her particular book review, the Mid-Year Mystery Madness Wrap-Up, which was a fantastic video. I'll link it below. And I was so interested in her video. I was actually, it's good to know if you're looking for strategies to find a good book. I had another computer screen opened, and as I was listening to her, I was typing down the books in a search engine looking for them. So she recommended two that I located very easily at the public library and read. The first one I'm not probably going to review, so I'll start with that one. And the reason I'm not going to review it is because it's in no way scary. It's a cozy book that I enjoyed. It's called Death of a Wandering Wolf, and it was a really sweet little murder mystery. It seems to be from a series, but I would qualify this as not scary and very cozy. So I think I'll do a cozy book review and save it for that. But I did want to thank Lindsey for recommending it. The other book, though, that she recommended, one thing I liked about Lindsey Reads and her video is that she recommended two mysteries for October that were so very different. I find it refreshing when somebody can read two completely different mysteries and appreciate them both. So this one, very different from that one, is The Drowning Kind, and this was not cozy. It was very good, but it was not cozy. So this one is the story of a girl who her sister is manic, and she calls her all the time, and I guess she called like 10 times, you know, talking some kind of nonsense, and then she died. And so the sister feels really badly that she didn't take her other sister, she didn't take her seriously when she called, and you know, she didn't pick up the phone, and she really distanced herself because she considered her sister mentally unstable and didn't have a lot of patience for that sometimes. And so she's dealing with the guilt and the loss of her sister. But actually the way the sister died is the mystery, because she drowned. She's the drowning kind. And the sister that drowned seemed to be talking about the pool in her backyard as having some sort of supernatural power. And of course, the one sister's a social worker and very, you know, logical, realistic, completely dismissed all that. But when she went to the sister's house to, you know, prepare for the funeral and gather her things, and she did inherit the house and the pool, she starts to, you know, maybe give a little credence to this idea that the pool is somehow has demons in it or has some kind of mysterious power. Is there a witch living in the pool that drowns people? It seems like perhaps there is. And so the sister explores that, and she goes through her deceased sister's notes and pictures and starts to really unravel this mystery about the pool. And it's a murky pool. It's got this water from this mysterious spring, and it has like a weird smell, and it's bitter cold. And so there's a lot of flashbacks between the two sisters. There's a lot of family drama that, you know, the sister reflects on, and I liked that. I really liked the drama with the sisters and the way the women related to each other. I enjoy that kind of book. And there was also the mystery of the drowning water. There was that pattern where one chapter is written from the sister's point of view as she's unraveling the mystery about her sister who's just passed. And then there's the grandmother's point of view, the grandmother who had originally built the house, and her relationship with the mysterious water in the mysterious pool. And so there's a lot of chapters that occur, like, I want to say before 1940. It was a very good book. 2019. Some of the story takes place, and then 1929, some of the story takes place in 1929. So they're alternating chapters. The water has an effect on the great-grandmother in 1929, and then the sister drowns in 2019. And is the water evil? Is there a ghost in the water that drowns people? It's a very creepy book, so I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the creepiness of it, but I also enjoyed the relationship between the women. Okay, this is going to be a long one, so I'm sorry, buckle up. I'll put chapters in there so that you can find out which books interest you the most. Another book that I want to talk about is called The Party by Robyn Harding. This book is not a horror book. It's not even necessarily a thriller book, but I thought this book was very, very scary, especially as a high school teacher. I love my students. I think all of my students are really lovely. I genuinely believe that. But there are some really evil, dark teenage girls in this book. So in The Party, it's about a girl's sweet 16 party. She turned 16. And the other girls in the book, I mean, just horrible. I don't want to give anything away. This one is one that I wonder, it's sort of appropriate for high school, but not necessarily. So it kind of depends on the maturity of the teenager. If they're going to read it, it's definitely an eye-opening book for an adult. But the girl has a 16th birthday party, a sweet 16, and she's kind of discovered popularity. She started out not real popular, not like unpopular, but she's just been welcomed into there's a helicopter over me, I'm so sorry. She's been welcomed into the popular group, and, you know, at what cost? It becomes kind of one of those books, which I find that just from talking to teenagers, that's definitely something they can relate to. So, this helicopter is really obnoxious. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear it. But she is a popular girl, and at what cost? So that's really the premise of the book, is she wants to stay with her, you know, popular girls in that crowd, but the main popular girl is really evil. So there's some interesting dynamic in this book. The other thing I want to say about this book is that the family of the girl who has the 16th birthday party, they seem to have it all together. You know, they seem to have like just really lovely home, happy marriage, you know, the perfect family. And then as the story unfolds, you find out that they're not so perfect at all. And one thing I will say is there is, in this book and the next book I'm going to recommend, there is what I call bad dadding. There's a dad in this book, and he doesn't mean any harm, and he's not necessarily evil, but he puts the kids in the middle of a lie that ends up costing a lot for his kids and his marriage, and even the other girls at the party. So I think that there is some bad dadding. A lot of people go wrong in this book, but I will just say that it's never good to have secrets in your family. I tell my own children that we don't keep secrets. It's tried but true. The dad keeps a secret that ends up being very destructive. A lot of people keep secrets, but I just want to pick on the dad. Now, that said, Keep Quiet by Lisa Scottoline is also a book about secrets, lots and lots of secrets. And again, this one's not a thriller, it's not a horror, but it is very creepy in that the secrets in the book and the way people deceive each other is just so creepy that I think this is scary. It's scary. All the web of deceit is very scary. So in this book, there's another bad dadding. He is driving his son, and his son wants to get behind the wheel and drive. And he has like a learner's permit. And at this point, I think it's after curfew or something, and he's not supposed to be driving, but the dad wants to be cool, so he lets his son drive. Their little secret. But unfortunately, they hit a body, and a body ends up in the road dead. And so the dad tries to cover it up, and because he doesn't want his son to get in trouble for driving illegally, and he's worried it's going to jeopardize his son's future. And then as the story unfolds, you find out just about everybody in the book has a really juicy secret. So Keep Quiet, and it's titled because everyone needs to keep quiet. Everyone has a secret. The obvious would be the father and son, but actually there's all kinds of dirty little secrets in this book. So I really enjoyed this one, minus the bad dadding. And then last but not least, I was recently sick with a cold. It was not COVID. I did get a COVID test though, because I was so sick, and the COVID test came back negative, but my face was so very congested that it hurt to wear my glasses. And you know, here I am homesick. I can't even put my glasses on and read a book. What am I gonna do? So I turned to my Kindle. And, you know, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get free books every month. And I pay like an extra $1 or $2 for the Audible version of the book. And then I could listen to the Audible version of the book, which was nice because I wasn't feeling well. And so it was nice to be able to listen to a book since I couldn't put my glasses on and actually read the book. And the name of that book is, of course, it doesn't want to show up right now. I'm having a fight with my Kindle, and my Kindle seems to be winning. I want to show you the cover, though, if I'm able. The name of that book is Not One of Us, and Debbie Herbert is the name of the author. Hopefully I can bring it up for you. Come on. Not One of Us. Oh, see, and it always shows the author. It's so annoying. But I want to show you the book cover just because I don't know. I don't know why. It helps for people to see the book covers, I think. But Not One of Us by, here it is, by Debbie Herbert. I don't even know if you can see that. Not One of Us by Debbie Herbert was a really good book, and I just finished the Audible yesterday. And in Not One of Us by Debbie Herbert, there's a girl who comes home. She's like a grown woman, but she has to return home to take care of her grandmother, who seems to have perhaps a little bit of maybe early onset of dementia or Alzheimer's. She gets confused. And then the girl has a brother with autism. So she needs to come home to take care of her autistic brother and her grandmother because they can no longer function without support. And she's reflecting on her boyfriend who disappeared the day before prom. And, you know, it was very heartbreaking because he was her first love and she doesn't understand why he would disappear. And then there's a murder of a relative who he was murdered when she was very young. I think she was like 2, but the guy who was convicted of murdering her relative has just gotten out of prison. And so she runs into him in a bar and she confronts him and says, you know, how dare you show your face here after what you did to my family? And the guy says, it wasn't me. People have a tendency to disappear out here in the swamp because it's near a swamp. And it's Alabama. And so she's kind of curious about that. Why would he say that? People disappear in the swamp as like gator food. And she starts thinking about her boyfriend from her teenage years who disappears. Well, funny thing is, the man that she confronted in the bar ends up being killed that night. Actually, he was killed the same way as her relative. So that seems a little suspicious. And they start investigating. There's a woman police officer who is a rookie, and she's investigating this shooting, and she's wondering if it is relevant to this girl's relative who died when she was 2 years old. And, you know, could it be the same killer, or could it be some vigilante giving him the justice of killing him the way they believe he killed the relative? And then, is the boyfriend who disappeared when she was a teenager, is he somehow tied into this? Was he murdered, or did he just disappear? And as this woman who just wants to come home to take care of her autistic brother and her grandmother, as she starts to look into this and explore this, someone starts threatening her. Someone breaks into her home and threatens her, leaves a threatening note. And at one point in the book, later in the book, it's not a spoiler alert, but at one point they even take the autistic brother. So, you know, someone has taken her brother from his home. And so she's really out to find out, you know, who is committing these murders, and are they responsible for breaking into my home? Will they hurt my brother? And it was a really good murder mystery. Plus you get the rookie police officer trying to sort of earn her way in a man's world. I kind of enjoyed that, and I enjoyed the relationship again between the different characters and the family, and you know, I liked that, and I liked the different plot twists because of the different murders. And of course I enjoyed the narration, and it helped me to get past my terribly congested cold, which turned out not to be COVID. So here we are. This is probably my longest video ever. I don't know if I'm going to edit out that very rude helicopter or not, but I just wanted to share with you my scary books. I'm sorry they're not your typical, you know, horror genre books, but that's my contribution to Halloween, one of my favorites. And I hope you guys all stay safe and have a wonderful, wonderful October. Bye.